The first we've been talking about is really building on that relationship, and what we mean by that is it's really thinking back to why did somebody start the relationship with you to begin with? Why did they provide that email address? Are you building off of that? For us, it's because somebody signs up for a Yahoo Mail account. So we should really start and build that relationship first and foremost before we look at expanding it further. What is the end goal in buying from you? So a lot of those retail messages we saw, the reason I bought from them to begin with wasn't to get a discount. It was probably because I had a very specific need. I wanted to throw a party for my child and create a great experience. I wanted to find a nice new outfit to wear out to a party, these sorts of things. So think back to why somebody built that relationship to begin with and to continue to fulfill on that. You know, we should think about how do we surprise and delight users. Let's not just hit them when we have that big offer or opportunity. Let's think about, you know, when is the right time to just thank somebody for being a customer. And give your email social legs. So clearly, today, this is something that we should always be thinking about is how can we build across channels. Keeping it relevant, so this is probably the biggest buzzword for email marketers, but what we're talking about here and how we apply it at Yahoo is first and foremost, what do we know about the consumer? This is both in terms of data that they've provided us in registration, data that we've observed in terms of how they use the site, and of course data that we garner as they respond or don't respond to our messages. I think just as important as that is really being careful to never assume what we don't know. So as marketers at Yahoo, we would love to be able to target moms. But if I don't know if somebody's a mom, I'm going to be very careful to reach out and talk to her like she is, because that could really alienate those that aren't. So never make that assumption. And then always listening. What's the feedback you're getting? This is both in terms of the positive and negative response. So unsubscribe rates are just as important as the positive metrics. What the standard metrics don't tell you. So what I mean by this is just because you might be able to send a message every single day and somebody is not unsubscribing, they might simply be tolerating that message. They may not be appreciating it. It may not be doing anything to build the brand. They might simply just be remaining on your list so that one time of the year when they want to hear about the big sale, they get that. So, but it's trying to understand, what those key metrics might not tell you. And of course, thinking beyond the campaign, right? How can you think about the value of that customer over time? And respecting preferences. So clearly there's the foundation that we all follow from a canned spam perspective, but it's so much more than that. It's really doing all you can to retain that permission, and it is really permission to go to somebody's inbox. And doing that by thinking about things like frequency. At Yahoo, we have a frequency cap for our marketing messages of no more than 1 email per user per week. That seems to be what seems both intuitively right from an art standpoint, but also what we see in terms of metrics that seems right in terms of both the positive and the negative metrics. But clearly there's no one size fits all. You guys need to figure that out for your own businesses.